and these witnesses to join Tony and April in holy matrimony. We know marriage is a gift from God, given to us so that we might experience the joys of unconditional love with a lifelong partner. God designed marriage to be an intimate relationship between a man and a woman. So who gives this woman to be married to this man? Tony and April, because of your deep love for each other, comes from God above. This is a sacred moment. And it is with great reverence that I ask you now to declare your intent toward one another. Tony, do you take April to be your wedded wife, to live together after God's ordinance in the holy estate of matrimony? Do you promise to love her, comfort her, honor and keep her in sickness and in health, and forsaking all others, and remain faithful to her only as long as you both shall live?
I do.
And April, you take Tony to be your wedded husband, to live together after God's ordinance in the holy estate of matrimony. Do you promise to love him, comfort him, honor and keep him in sickness and in health, and forsaking all others, and remain faithful to him only as long as you both shall live? Today is the beginning of your life together, and it marks a commencement of new relationships to your family, your children, your friends, and certainly to each other. You've invited these special guests to share in one of life's most greatest moments as they recognize the worth and beauty of your love, and add their best wishes to the words that shall unite you today as husband and wife. From before what we understand as the beginning of time, God knew your needs when he brought you together. He knew exactly what you needed to make you complete. And now he wants you to commit yourselves to each other as the one he has chosen to complete you. Through the ages, man has tried to define love. Poems, songs, and books have been written trying to describe this four-letter word. But the best description comes from God himself, since he is the author of love. And he tells us in 1 Corinthians 13, he describes the kind of love that must characterize your lives if you're going to live a life of joy and harmony and honor with each other and before God and your fellow men. 1 Corinthians 13, 4-8 says, Charity suffereth long and is kind. Charity envieth not. Charity vaunteth not itself, is not puffed up, doth not behave itself unseemly, seeketh not her own, is not easily provoked, and thinketh no evil. Charity rejoiceth not in iniquity, but rejoiceth in the truth. Beareth all things, believes all things, hopes all things, and endures all things. Charity, or love, never fails. Tony, you've indicated that you are saying to all of us today that you're committing yourself to this woman only, moving toward her in a more open and intimate way, giving yourself to care for her, and promising to love her as she needs and deserves to be loved. And April, you're saying today that you're committing yourself to Tony only, moving toward him with increasing openness and tenderness, in respect, giving yourself to him and trusting him as the head of your home, and through him listening to God's plan for your life together. So Tony, if you will love April as Christ loved the church, and April, if you will always respond to Tony the way you are to respond to the Lord Jesus Christ as your companion and husband and wife, it will blossom into a physical, emotional, and spiritual closeness beyond which nothing can compare. So I ask you now to take your wedding vows. Tony, if you'll repeat after me. I, Tony, take you, April,
I, Tony, take you, April,
to be my wedded wife,
to be my wedded wife,
to have and to hold,
to have and to hold,
from this day forward,
from this day forward,
for better or worse,
for better or for worse,
for richer or poorer,
for richer or poorer,
to love and to cherish,
to love and to cherish,
till death do us part.
till death do us part.
This is my solemn vow.
This is my solemn vow.
And April, if you'll repeat to Tony these words. I, April, take you, Tony, to be my wedded husband, to have and to hold, from this day forward, for better or worse, for richer or poorer, in sickness and in health, till death do us part. This is my solemn vow. We now come to the ring ceremony. The wedding ring serves as a symbol of the promises that you have just spoken to one another. It's the outward and visible sign of the love that binds your hearts together. And so the wedding ring is also a symbol of what God is. He is without beginning and without end. He is eternal. Tony, you notice that this ring is the same. It is a symbol of God's love. It is eternal. It's without beginning and without end. It reflects the love that you are telling us that you have for April. And it is a symbol of this love before God always. If you'll take this ring, place it on April's left ring finger, and repeat after me. This ring I give,
This ring I give,
in token and pledge,
in token and pledge,
as a sign
as a sign
of my love and devotion.
of my love and devotion.
With this ring,
With this ring,
I thee wed.
I be wed.
April, if you'll take this ring and place it on Tony's left ring finger, and repeat to him after me. This ring I give is a token and pledge as a sign of my love and devotion. With this ring, I thee wed. We now come to the unity candle ceremony.